My name is Michelle. I got into biking recently. I'm a mother of 2 boys and recently a business person full-time. I got into biking about 6 months ago. I just felt like I'd had babies and then they'd become older and they didn't need my attention so much. So then I decided, okay, I need to reinvigorate my life. I need to find something that I really like doing and that's going to give me that sense of living. So I got into biking. I went for the training. I trained with Inked Biker. So once I did the training, then I thought, okay, what next? Do I just sit with my training skills or do I buy a bike and get on the road? And sure enough, the trainer encouraged me and I bought a bike. So I bought a Suzuki Gixxer and I got onto the road. I've always been an adventurous person. As a kid, I remember we used to go on these little mini adventures. We'd pack half a ngwashe, a bottle of milk, and then just wander around and call it like a really great escape, our adventure. So I thought if I get on a bike, I could maybe go to places, it could take me places, I could go on little adventures on my own and it would give me that sense of actualization. Yes. My parents were for the idea because they knew I'd liked bikes all along, so they were for the idea. But then my husband was very skeptical, like, will you really get on the road? How safe is it for you to be on the road? And I was like, no, don't worry. These things, I'll figure them out when I get on the road. I'm sure the training will come through. So I bought a bike and they were like, oh, so you are serious? And even, my close friends, they're like, okay, this is the next chapter? Okay, let's go along with it. So it's been a positive response. Even my kids love it. I think one of my kids would actually go into biking. He enjoys the experience when I carry him once in a while. So then as I got into biking, I realized, oh, there are other female bikers on the road, and I look for a way to connect with them. And that's how I found PIKI Dada, just through the interactions. Which biker group, are you in a biker group? Do you guys go for rides? So I got interested and I joined PIKI Dada, and it's been a beautiful journey of, growing with other sisters who are on the road, who face the same challenges. I think the first stereotype, most men think a woman cannot ride, but women can ride. We're not trying to prove that women can do what a man can do. No, we're actually enjoying what we do. So it's not a competition. I see many times when I'm on the road and these boda guys want to race with me. And I'm like, it's okay, it's not competition. Just go and I'm following as well. However, sometimes I would say boda guys really encourage us on the road. They're like, sawa madam, 20, Other stereotypes are people think that, you need approval to be a female biker. So every time I stop and I find other biker, like men standing around, even watchmen, they always ask me, sasa madam, are you married? Uko na bwana? Anasemanga aje? Ama utapata bwana? And I'm like, wait, I don't need approval from anyone to be a female biker. So some of the other stereotypes are that, you're doing this, is this a sport? Is it a way of life? But for us, we commute. I commute to work using my bike. I also go on adventures with my bike. So it's for life. I'd advise women to get into biking because if you have that level of adventure, if you have that sense of adventure, then a bike will really set you free in the sense that you can get to one place to another very fast. There's also that sense of community in the biker community. I always tell people that with bikers, even if I find on the road, if I find a biker is down, I will stop, whether it's a boda or whether it's a professional rider, I'll stop. There's that sense of community. But with drivers, your car will be stuck on the side of the road and nobody will pay attention. but there's that level of, you know, togetherness. Even biker guys who see us on the road, they, you know, they say hi, they escort, they, you know, so you get that sense of encouragement. And in today's society where there are all these pressures of life that are causing depression and the rest, I think this is a sport that can really uplift your spirit. I think the benefit of being in PIKI Dada is you find a community of experienced and new and upcoming riders. So the more experienced riders encourage and motivate us as new riders on the road. Some of the challenges we face, I mean, as a woman, I go through my menses every month, and those are the days that I'm so not sure, should I ride, should I not ride? But then when you're in a community, then they tell you, okay, these are the tips and tricks that you need to do as a female rider on those particular days. The challenges, I'd say one, getting gear. Okay, it's not much of a problem now because there are so many female bikers, but previously I know it was. Another challenge would be being a mom and balancing. You want to go for rides, you want to, you know, there are so many activities that happen in the calendar year, but you also have to balance with the things that are going on in your life. So I think that's more of a challenge for women bikers as opposed to male bikers. I'd tell any female trying to get into biking to definitely go for it. They need to get the right training. They need to be part of groups, a group like PIKI Dada, where they'll find the right support. Do your research on what type of a bike you want to buy and then get on the road. Drivers on the road, don't look at us as isolate beings. We represent families. We have children, we have parents. So when you approach us on the road, be courteous. The way we also would like to be courteous to you. We try as much as possible to be courteous to other drivers especially, because, you know, when we call it caging. You can imagine you're in a cage, so to speak, and I'm on a bike. My cage is my body. So be courteous to to riders especially on the road. I know boda riders have gotten given riding a bad reputation, but there are riders out there who all riders represent a family. So be courteous on the road, don't push us off the road.
My name is Emma. I am a mom of 2 boys, 8 and 4. By profession, I'm an air traffic controller. I'm currently based at Wilson Airport. I got into biking about a year and a half ago. It's something I've always wanted to do. So when I was finally able to do it, it was a very freeing experience because we've been wanting to do something, finally we were able to execute it. That was like life. It happened in a period of my life when I had a lull generally. I was still figuring some stuff out. And I happened to have a very special friend in my life. And he was a biker. So when I told him I want to bike, he was like, yes, now, before you change your mind, no, like, let's do this now. So I went to a riding school. I found out about riding school online, actually, Inked Biker. I went to the riding school and I started my lessons. And my friend, his name is Oscar, he would take me for the lessons and sit and wait until the lesson is over and tell me, you leaned too much, you braked too much. Then finally, when I was done, got my license stamped. It was a hallelujah moment for me, like, I'm ready for the road. We went shopping for the bike with him for a while also, before I found the right thing that I wanted. One, depending on price range, and some that looked good in the eye and performed well. And finally we settled on a bike, went, bought it. That was not another moment for me. He rode it home for me because I couldn't ride on thicker road. It is scary as hell when you are still new. And basically that's it. I got a bike home and it was awesome. You know, what I've learned about biking, like everything else in your life, when you're starting out, it's like baby steps. It's the same way. You'll start out slow. My first ride was in Kajiado. I used to live in Kitengela then, so it was Kajiado. That road doesn't have a lot of cars, but it has very huge trucks. But it has very open stretches. So as much as I was getting a new experience on the road, it was a gentle introduction to the road because it wasn't crowded, which is opposite of what was my commute to work, because from Kitengela to Wilson Airport, Mombasa Road is a mess. So everybody is doing things at the same time, changing lanes without indicating, big trucks, small cars, so it's a little bit more complicated. So the first experience was good. It was a gentle introduction. I fell, got up, dusted myself, and I'm back on the road. So that was a good introduction. It helped to ease me into getting used to, like, cars will pass you, you'll feel this. When you feel this, balance yourself like this, and that's how you've come to the point where I can ride anywhere. What I love about biking is that sense of freedom. It's one of the few things that you have to do and live in the moment. You can't think about tomorrow when you're on the bike. It's about getting to the destination now. So you get to live in the moment, and that is very freeing. One of the things that everybody assumes, and I'm part of that, is biking was about speed. For me, it really isn't about speed at this point. It is about that oneness. You have to listen to your bike when you're moving. You have to listen if it wants you to change your gear. You have to listen if you're moving too slow, you need to gear down. Literally, that being in the moment was something I have discovered that wasn't then. I just thought you just get on the thing and just prep and move fast. It isn't like that. For me, biking is not even about speeding. Everybody assumes it is. It isn't. Naturally, I am a loner. I keep to myself a lot, and what came out with the biking, it's a whole new world. It's like you have a family. That was the best part of it. It's one of the things that makes me know I cannot regret biking. It is awesome because of that oneness, the family. And that has come especially with PIKI Dadas, because you always have somebody who will have your back no matter what you're going through. I joined PIKI Dadas from the inception. So there have always been other groups of ladies who ride, but when you find those people who you feel like you belong, there's always somebody who you really resonate with, then you'll feel like you're in a family. So that's when I joined PIKI Dadas, when I found girls who understand me, go through the same challenges that I go every day. They are moms, they are career people, they are girls having fun, living life, enjoying it to the fullest, and finding that and feeling embraced in that oneness. That's when I joined PIKI Dada, when I realized that that is the experience I'll be getting out of it every other day. And that's an everyday thing. Like, you wake up in the morning, you have WhatsApp groups. If you didn't go through this WhatsApp group, you haven't gone through anything. You need to, life is passing you by. You need to check. Yes, I've had bad experiences. Even today, when I was coming here, a matatu just cut in front of me, a minibus on Thika Road. That was not good because he brushed me, but I saw it coming, so I was steady on the bike and I was able to avoid falling. But such things, being pushed off the roads by other cars because they don't regard you with the same respect as other vehicles, because if it was another vehicle, he probably would have given way. But because it's a bike, he just pushed into it. So that and many other instances where you'll find I ride on Mombasa Road, you're on the road and guys are changing lanes without indicating. So you are sure you are on this lane, then somebody just cuts in front of you and literally they're pushing you out of the way. That is always a bad experience. Something you always have to be aware when you're riding on the road, especially the Nairobi roads. Also the highways. One thing we always do, we try to be as visible as possible on the road. I'll try to have my reflectors on, my lights on, so that whenever you're changing lanes, you'll see me. And I am hoping you look at your side mirror and see me. So what I tell drivers, respect all the road users. We only have one road. We need to share the road at any given time. So whenever you're changing lanes, indicate. There's a reason there's a blinker there, indicate, so that I can know that's what you're going to do. And don't indicate and change at the same time, because I'm coming, I'm behind you. So indicate, always look at your side mirrors at any given time. These roads are, the lanes are wide, and bikes, it's true they can lane split, but you need to give me sufficient space to do that. No matter what happens, I'll still get to my destination before you do, because roads, the cars are piling up in a jam. But if you leave a sufficient space in between, which you can because the lane is wide, be able to pass through safely without touching you with my side mirrors or touching you side mirrors touching me. So the road is big enough, we can share the road. All of us have space in it. See me. I try as much as possible to be visible. Now you see me. I work shifts, which is a good thing and a bad thing at the same, because it means I'll be working Saturday when everybody's out going for a ride in, I don't know, Kajiado or something, or they're going to Nanyuki and I'm at work. But because I work shifts, I'm able to spend time with my children when I am off shift and look at my calendar. The days I'm off, I'll decide this weekend will be a biking event. This other weekend will be me and the family, because I can't go places with the boys on the bike as much as I would on the car. So I'll find the days I have engagements with the children, I have to drive, which is not a lot of fun. But the days I need to do stuff for me, I'll opt to bike. So you strike a balance. You just look at the calendar, strike it out, because I can't always be doing biking stuff. It makes me happy, but I still have to think about the little people in my life. Having strong women around me has helped go through the biking world seamlessly. It doesn't feel like I'm doing a female thing. It feels like I'm doing a life thing. Like, I'm biking. Anybody can bike. I wanted a sports bike. When I started out, I wanted a street sports bike. Things have changed since then, but I was happy with what I saw. First of all, it is pleasing to the eye. So when you look at it, it is eye-pleasing. I loved the sport build. It's curvy, and it makes up for my not being so curvy. So yes, it is curvy and beautiful to look at. It is air-cooled. It is pretty light, so I'm able to move through traffic without a lot of problems. It picks speed nicely. I don't have to stall between gears and pick speed. It picks speed nicely. I can go over bumps without gearing down so low. It generally picks speed very well. And it's comfortable to sit in. There are bikes with sitting. There are guys who sit on sports bike like this. This is a street sports bike, so it feels very comfortable sitting on it. I don't have to lean. I just sit up and ride.
My name is Anne Helen Gidengo, mother of one, a businesswoman, and a biker. I began riding back in 2016. It's been 3 years now. Well, since childhood, I've always loved biking. I grew up in a community where we had lots of whites who had huge bikes. So basically, since then, I've always wanted to bike. Actually, I've always loved a bigger bike, of which I have. I have a Honda 250cc. So back in 2016, my business pushed me to riding. I was running petty errands and deliveries in Nairobi town, but then I was running them on foot. So it sounded and looked easier to run them on a motorbike. And then I got a motorbike, and that is how I began riding. So my business was a breakthrough to my passion. The stereotyping was a little bit high back then because we were very few of us who would ride. And taking your helmet off, delivering a package to someone, and they find out that you're a lady, some people are like, is it a lady? Like, surely, I have all my earrings. So 2013, I'd say it was 70-30. 70% of the people were not so much into biking, especially for ladies. And the stereotyping was a little bit high back then. Everyone would tell you, how do you cope with men on the road? Everyone is a man, bikes are going to kill you, you won't get babies, such kind of stuff. But now, most people have really embraced women who are biking, and there's a lot more love. PIKI Dada was begun by one of us. She's called Marge Meta, and she brought a few of us together to begin the group. The inception of the group basically was to empower and support other women, especially new biker ladies. Because new biker ladies most of the time are afraid to be alone on the road, and there's just that fear of harassment. So basically when it was formed, it was to support other sisters and to bring them close and have a tie of sisterhood in the biking life. Well, there's a criteria to join PIKI Dada. Number one, you must have a bike, your own bike. You must know how to ride, have a driver's license that is stamped with a motorbike stamp. You should also have all the proper documents, that is insurance, medical cover, and all the documents that entail motor riding. We have meetings every once in a month. We visit children's homes. We also visit our members' houses. Sometimes we hold our meetings at our members' houses. We have movie nights. We have a lot of activities that everyone can join in and feel comfortable with. So we meet every month, and I am sure PIKI Dada has changed a lot of other ladies' lives. It has also pulled other women into biking
life, it's very important for women to uplift others, because when a woman uplifts another woman, I mean, there's also some source of power that comes with it. You know, women are known for tearing others apart, but when a woman empowers another woman and lifts them up, it has a lot more of change. It's more impactful than a man lifting another woman. What I love most about biking is adventure. There's also a spiritual experience that comes with riding, basically. Most men will be like, will you ever get married? Will you ever have kids? Because you're a women biker. But we are mothers, we are wives, and we handle biking life and family life. So that is the misconception, the hugest misconception that we need to eradicate or deal with as women bikers now. And we also need support from the community, media, and all sorts of other institutions. Basically, biking is a passion, and it has a very huge force. So I'd advise any woman, any lady who wants to bike, I'd advise them to live their best life, go for it, ride their best ride, and enjoy life. Every other person will fall in place after you've already followed your passion. It doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter how young you are, you can ride. We have lovely brotherhood from our male bikers now. They have endorsed us, they have embraced us, and they really support us. So things have changed, and they have changed for the better. We also hope the small percentage that is still stereotyping women bikers will come on board and join the bandwagon. The biggest lesson for me as a biker is humility. I have learned how to deal with people, especially other motorists, to be specific, public service vehicles. I have learned to deal with them in a very humble way. I have learned to put them back on track. And so that is my hugest lesson that I have learned in biking life. I would not handle anyone with peace and humility before, but now biking life has taught me how to be humble and deal with people in a better, peaceful way. My pink ponytail, I endorsed the ponytail because when I began biking, I was a tomboy. I would dress in black. I didn't want anyone to know that I am a lady. I just wanted people to know, basically, I didn't want anyone to know this is a lady riding. But again, with the support from my sisters from PIKI Dada, I was taught and I was shown how to embrace being a lady who can do it, being a lady who can ride that bike and maneuver in traffic. So I needed something to show that this is a lady on a bike, or either way, a sign to show that you just got passed by a lady on a bike. This is the first bike that I bought. I have run errands with it and deliveries for the past 2.5 years. And it's the bike that has bought me a Honda, so it's the mother of them all. I love it so much. It's my savior, doesn't consume much as people mistake most of the time it for being a boda boda. The rider is not a boda boda rider. I think my riding, my safe riding tells it all after I pass people or meet people on the road. This is my helmet. It's an LS2 helmet. It is ECE certified. It's a safe helmet. I have had it since I began biking. And when I began biking 3 years ago, finding gear was a little bit hard. But now it's become easy. Most people are importing riding gears. What I say about biking, number one, be a safe rider. Number two, wear all gears. We say all gear all the time. Wear your gears all the time. At least from there, you're sure you can be a safe rider and take care of other road users. And encourage all women who want to join biking life to come on board. It comes with so much freedom. I mean, so much freedom and entitlement, and show other women that we can do it.